Hello, this is Mrs. Turner. We're going to talk about how to find resources in Mac and VIA for your professional communications research project. Now, you'll be researching both informative and persuasive topics, and you've been given the ability to choose whatever topic you would like that interests you. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is a database that will help you narrow down a topic if you're a little bit lost about what you want to choose. It will also show you the pros and cons of a topic, and then I'll talk about some general databases to get further information on the topic once you've chosen one. So the first thing you need to do is go to McInVia. That's MACKINVIA.com. Once you go to McInVia, you're going to select Centennial High School. You need to type in Centennial High School and then find the one that says Frisco, Texas. There are several Centennial High Schools, so again, make sure you get the one that says Frisco, Texas. From there, you're going to put your usual student ID and then your normal password, just as if you were logging into a desktop computer. Once you log in, you're going to see all of the resources available. You can see that there's 1,119 resources. That is far too many for you to get through for the brief time that you have to do your research, so we need to narrow this down. What you're going to do is go over here on the left and choose Databases. When you do that, it will only pull up the 34 databases that Frisco ISD subscribes to for you to use. The database I was talking about that will help you narrow down your topic or help you choose a topic is called Opposing Viewpoints. The databases are in alphabetical order. So when I go to the bottom of this screen, I'm at the L's, so I need to get to the O's. I'm going to go ahead and load more so I can see all of the rest of the databases. Scroll down again and I'll find Opposing Viewpoints in Context. Again, Opposing Viewpoints in Context will give you a list of topics, so it will help you if you really don't know what you want to do. You can look at that list and see if anything seems interesting to you. And then once you click on a topic, it will give you both the pro side of the debate and the con side of the argument so that you can have a really good foundation of what this topic entails to help you do some further research and decide whether you're going to argue for or against something, or if you're doing an informative speech so that you know kind of the breadth of information that you need to include in that informative speech. Once you've picked a topic and you've looked at the pros and cons and opposing viewpoints, any Gale or EBSCO database will work from then on. If you look at these databases, it has the publisher right here under the title. So for example, on this first one, ABC Clio, it says ABC Clio is the publisher. That's not Gale or EBSCO. On the second one, it says Academic OneFile, and then the publisher is Gale, G-A-L-E. So this one would be an ideal resource for the type of research you're doing. So anything that has Gale, G-A-L-E, or EBSCO, E-B-S-C-O, would be a great place for you to gather information. I'm going to show you how to do a quick search in EBSCOhost. EBSCOhost happens to be my favorite database because it covers such a wide breadth of information. So regardless of whether you're looking at technology and its impact on society, or you're looking at the movements on gun control, whatever your topic is, EBSCOhost is going to have information on it. So to access the database, I'm going to click the green Open Now button. And then it's going to ask me to select which database within EBSCO I want to search. So I choose EBSCOhost Web, and you can go ahead and select all databases if you're not quite sure where it would fall. So select all. And then continue, and now you're going to have a search bar just like you would on Google, where you would type in your search terms and then get the results back. The reason we're using a databases are, number one, the information is credible and reliable without having to do any sort of evaluation of it like you would on Google. Number two, it cites your source for you. And number three, you have much more control over the parameters or the guidelines you put on your search. So I'm going to show you how that works. Let's say that we're researching cyberbullying. I'm going to type my keyword in, and I'm going to click search. I'm going to get back far too many results to be able to get through. To narrow that down, I'm going to go over here on the left and I'm going to choose some specifics. So for example, since this is a current event, I want information that's at least within the last 5 years, if not newer. So I'm going to change this publication date to 2013 to 2018. I'm also under source type going to choose just academic journals so that I have the most reputable information available. Once I do that, it's going to update my search, and you can see I now only have 12 results. I can look at 12 different titles and decide whether or not I want to use that information. That's not a big deal. So again, it was over here on the left. Every database has this refine results feature and lets you play around with making them earlier dates, changing the types of information you're getting back, etc. Once you decide you would like to use a particular article, so for example, if I decide that this one right here looks good, cyberbullying in schools, I'm going to want to do two things once I decide I'm going to use this article. Number one, I want to save the article, and number two, I want to cite the article. Now, you're going to be really tempted to come up here and just copy and paste this URL because that's what you're used to doing with a regular search on Google. If you do that and then you try to access this link off campus, it's going to give you an error and say that you need to log in. And you're not going to know the login information because once you've selected a database, you're no longer in Mac and VIA, you're in that particular database's search platform, and so no longer will that Mac and VIA login work. It'll have to be specific to that database. So instead of saving that URL, you're going to go over here on the right and you have a few options. Number one, you could click Google Drive and it would save the article directly in your drive. The second option would be to email it to yourself. Either one of those options, if you're using a Chromebook, would be your best options. If you happen to be on a PC, laptop, or a desktop, you could click Save, and then you could save the article as a PDF to your desktop or in your particular drive on your computer. So again, Google Drive or email if you're on a Chromebook, those are the best options. You're going to get the entire article in full without having to ever go back to Mac and VIA and redo your search. Or you could save it if you're on a PC, laptop, or a desktop. The other thing you're going to want to do is cite it. When you click the Cite button, it will automatically cite your source for you in correct format. For this class, you use MLA format. So right here, you could just copy this citation and put it directly in your notes or on your presentation as the last page. If you have any questions or concerns or you're struggling to find information, please make sure you stop by the library and see Ms. Turner. She will be happy to help you. Good luck, guys.